Hello and welcome to this short live demo. My name is Tobias. I am a software developer for integral learning and I am responsible for the MUMIE task plugin. You are probably watching this video because you yourself are a teacher of a Moodle course that uses the MUMIE task plugin and you would like to know what kind of new features are available to you with the latest update to version 1.4. Generally speaking, there are three big new features I would like to show to you today. The first one is a new method we have implemented to search for problems and to select them. The second one allows you as a teacher to give a due date extension to a student. And the third one allows you to create multiple MUMIE tasks at once and to change properties of more than one MUMIE task in a course at once as well. So let's jump into the first feature. We're going to create a MUMIE task for that, just the old way, the way you're used to. Let's click on this and wait a second until the page has loaded. Yes, you're still able to select whichever MUMIE server you want to use. For this demo, we are going to use the MUMIE Plus test server. You probably noticed that a few things in this view have changed, but none of the functionality is lost. We just moved it somewhere else. There is this new button over here. It reads Open Problem Selector, and we are just going to click it. You noticed that a new browser tab is opened, and in this tab there is the LMS Problem Selector. This is our external problem selector. It has the same functionality as the old one. For example, you're still able to change the language. You can still filter for types and chapters. I can't click the button, so now it's working. But on top of that, there are two more things I would like to show you. For example, you're able now to search for words. For example, if you want to include something relating to fractions, just enter fractions, and you see that the list on the right is automatically updated, and there are only results with fractions in the title. Besides that, there is a second nice new feature. It's a preview button. You can just click on this button on the right hand side over here, and once again a new browser tab is opened, and you will see exactly what the student is going to see if they are working on this activity. So let's go back to the problem selector. For this demo, we want to use the final exam of the first chapter. Here it is. All you need to do is click on it, so it's selected, and then click on the button on the bottom right to transfer it to your Moodle. You see, Moodle automatically knows what kind of problem you've chosen, and we can just save the activity. We also need to make a decision in here. I talked about this in a previous video, so I won't go into detail about that. And we also want to set a deadline for this one. For example, we want all students to have done this assignment by March 22nd. So just click on Save and Return to Course. Wait a bit again, and you see that your problem has appeared in your Moodle course just like it used to. Let's go to the second new feature. As I've already mentioned, it's possible to give a due date extension for users. For example, one student has gotten sick, he brought in a doctor's note, and you want to give him an extension for 1 more week. So what you do, you click on the activity, and then you see there is a new view in here. It's something only you as a teacher see, but students don't see this page. Basically, what you can do, you can search for your students in here, and this is the student that has gotten sick, and you want to give him a new deadline. We are going to choose the 29th of March. Just select it in here, click on Save Changes, and this student will have an individual deadline. So that's a nice thing to have. There is also another way to first just look at all grades a student has earned for a specific task. If you remember, students can answer and submit their answers for most of the MUMIE tasks more than once. So we're just going to click on this submission button, and you will see that there are multiple submissions by this user for this very single task. You see there is 1 for 40 and 2 for 20, and for whatever reason you want to use the result from Wednesday 3rd of June, all you need to do is just click on this button, use in Gradebook, and if we take a look into grades, you will notice that now it's marked as if it was manually edited by you, and the 20 is written in here instead of the 40 that usually would be in there. Now I would like to show you how you can create more than one MUMIE task at once. For this you need to have two browser windows. On the left hand side you have the demo course, the same Moodle course we were already in before. And on the right hand side you go to our wiki page. It's wiki.mumie.net, and there you go to this section over here, working with MUMIE as LMS platform, and then click on integration for teachers in the section MUMIE Moodle integration. Now you scroll just a bit until you see this page, how to create MUMIE tasks with drag and drop, and there's a list of servers you can click on. For example, if you want to create problems for the OME Plus, just click on this link and you are taken to another LMS problem selector page. It's a tiny bit different than the one before because on here you can select more than just one problem. So for example, if you want to include all trainings about fractions, all you need to do is click on training in here and enter fraction in the search bar. Oh, there are more than one. So there are like actually 8 trainings. So let's just use all of them. What you need to do is click on the button, select all, or maybe just a few. And then you can click on this button and drag them straight into your Moodle course and just drop it. At first, it seems like only one problem has been transferred. But if you click on the reload button in Moodle, you will see that actually all of those problems we have just selected on the right side have appeared in Moodle. It's just a display issue in Moodle. It's unfortunately not something we can fix ourselves very quickly. So you see it's quite easy to drag and drop multiple problems at once. But you're probably thinking, if I want to set a due date for all of those problems, I need to click on every single one of them, and that's a bit of a hassle. But actually, no, we have added a new feature for that as well. So just click on Edit Settings in one of those. Let's wait for a second. And we go to the deadline once again, or the due date, whatever you want to call it. We're going to choose this time March 31st. And now we go to this new section. It says apply to other MUMIE tasks. And in here, first, you can select which property you want to use in other tasks. In this case, we just want to use the due date. And then you are able to select which properties you want to apply this setting to as well. So you can just select them either by topic, or you can, for example, say, I just want to use this due date for fractions 1 to 4. So you deselect the other ones and click on Save and Return to Course. You wait a short moment, and then you will see that this was the first initial one we edited, and besides this one. Also, all factions 1 to 4 have the same due date. So if you are using multiple MUMIE tasks, or you want to use them in your course, now there's a much nicer way for you to first create them and secondly make changes to them. That already was everything I wanted to show you today. If there are still any questions left, either have a look at our wiki page, wiki.mumie.net, or just send us a mail to plugins@integral-learning.de. Thank you so much for watching.